Global 99.5 FM reminds our listeners that the views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host and guests and not necessarily the opinions of the owners of Global Communications Network and the operators of this radio station.
Today can be the turning point in your life by making a simple decision.
Fundamental questions of navigation. Where am I? Where am I going? And how do I get there from here?
I invite the leaders of our planet to ask themselves these three questions before they make any crucial decisions.
But if you don't make decisions, you're going to stay right where you are.
We are all map makers.
We are in a time of transition.
If we're going to change, we have to change the direction that we're going.
Our planet needs leaders who know where they want to go.
When we change the direction we're going, then we want to make sure we're going in the right direction.
Leaders who can see the big picture.
Because if we're not, we're going to either go backwards or we're going to stay where we are.
Recognizing the psychological and the spiritual shifts and changes that need to be made, often from the inside to the outside.
To be able to shape your future, you have to be willing and able to change your paradigm.
Complex journeys require navigation. The path to the truth is one such journey. This is your GPS. Hairstyling services provided by J.D. Edwards Salon and Spa, Palmdale Shopping Plaza, Madera Street. Accessories provided by Chevette Williamson Jewelry. Standout jewelry for standout women. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here in your company today. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Wellness Wednesday, a day when we look at matters that are important to your health. And today is no exception. The telephone numbers to call 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, the WhatsApp line for text messages only 8010271. Before we dive into today's subject matter on this Wellness Wednesday, we have a sponsored segment where someone is going to come in representing AML Foods to talk about a new initiative they have going on, specifically at their Solomon's and Cost Right stores, where they are now going to be offering private label brands. And we're going to learn a lot more about what that means for you, the consumer, and why this is good news. Jason, you can go ahead and bring Mona Lisa into the stream. Mona Lisa, I don't know if you only want to be heard and not seen, but if you want to be seen, you can please turn your camera on. If not, this is good to go. How are you today?
Hi, great. I'm doing well today. And yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Now,
Awesome.
Mona Lisa, for my reference, what's your last name?
I'm Sweeting.
Ah, okay. So this is a different Mona Lisa than the Mona Lisa I know. From
Yes.
Pat. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to the show, Mona Lisa.
Well, thank you for having me here today.
So tell us a little bit more about this new initiative going on.
Okay, so it's not quite new. However, we've introduced over 1,000 more added items to our product mix of private labels of essential everyday and field day brands. So our shoppers, our consumers who are familiar with our private label brands would know that these brands are high tier brands that they can trust. However, they are 10% cheaper than the national equivalent brands that persons would normally buy and have been accustomed to for years, like those Kraft, those Muller's, those brands that you constantly pick off the shelves before you consider another. So basically, today marks day 4 of our Value Road show, where we've been visiting various radio stations discussing how these private brands are helping consumers. And, with the rising inflations, it's just the prime time, to really showcase and tell people how they can put their hands on value and savings within our stores.
Well, let me tell you, everybody's ears are perked up now because, as you well pointed out, inflation is a very real thing that we're facing, and everybody now is looking for ways that they can actually save a few dollars here and there, but they still want good quality. They don't,
Yes.
yeah, they don't want to sacrifice quality. So
Hmm.
tell us about some of the, I know it's over 1,000, so obviously you can't list all of them, but
Yes.
some of the things that you are able to offer now on your private label.
Well, for starters, these brands are actually found only exclusive to the Solomons and Fresh Market and
Mhm,
and Cost Right stores.
mhm.
You can find them in every department, whether you're shopping grocery, chill and frozen, or janitorial or health and beauty department. You can find them in rice, you can find them in cereals, you can find them in milk, you can find them in tuna, you name it, and you can find it. It's almost every product mix, there's an offering. So no matter what it is that you're looking for, and not, we're not telling you not to buy those brands that you've always been using and those brands that you've trust. However, we're telling you that with these new inflations, now is the time to consider other options. And what separates us from our competitors is that we're not just telling you, hey, come and buy our private labels. We have an active sampling program in all of our stores 3 days out of the week. That's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in all of the Solomon stores and Crossrite stores in Nassau, Freeport, and Exuma. We're sampling our private labels, so you will be inclined to purchase. So we're not just throwing it at you. And like I said earlier, these are national brand quality, but price approximately 10% less. And that's a huge deal.
Absolutely. Now, just so people understand, we're not talking about a company that just sprung up last week and is
No,
saying, "I operate for." You guys have been around for a long time. You've established yourselves. You have a great reputation, and obviously, I would think that this has translated into the quality of the brand itself. So I say that to say that persons who who decide to give this a try can understand that you guys have been around and can be trusted.
that is right, from 1979. So, these brands are tried, they're tested, they're proven to be great quality brands, and we stand by it. We are the same companies that have been providing you value and quality for many years. And we have done all of this because we are constantly seeking to offer value to our customers, Michelle. We are committed to helping our customers live better by sourcing the best quality, but at the best price so that they can all enjoy. So we know there's proof in the pudding. So we invite you into our stores to give it a try on any of those sampling days. You are you will definitely won't be disappointed.
And tell us what those sampling days are again.
Those sampling days are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And that's not it. There are different ways that you can also find value in our store. If you are familiar, we would have launched our loyalty program in May of this year.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we would have launched our loyalty program. It's called the My Solomon Smart Rewards program in all of our Solomon stores. This is a program where shoppers, consumers are smartly saving by gaining points on every dollar they spend in our store. So once they accumulate their points, these points turn into cashable dollars. So you will be able to use those points and actually make purchases within our stores. Some people save those for a bigger shopping experience, or you can use it automatically. It's easy, it's free, and it's convenient.
So this is now applicable to Solomon's and Cost-Right only, or Fresh Market as well.
It is applicable to the Solomon stores only, and that would be
Mhm.
Solomon Supercenter,
Yes.
Solomon's Yamacross, Solomon's Fresh Market, Old Fort Bay, as well as Harbor Bay, as well as the Solomon stores in Exuma and Freeport. So you can actually gain points in all of these stores and redeem points in another store. However you choose to use it, these you can use your coupon at any of the Solomon stores.
Now, every time I go to the Harbor Bay store and I get to the counter, they ask me, "Do you have a rewards card?" I think they asked me. Is that the same thing that you're talking about now?
Yes, that is the same thing. That is the same thing.
So you mean to tell me, because I always in a rush. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, no, no. So all this time I could have been taking it.
Yes, and guess what? To date, we have 38,500 members. Thus far, we would have given back $120,000 in cashable points to our members. So you would have been included in that big $120,000 paid out,
You
you
ain't got
know?
to
But it's not late.
You ain't got to rub it in, You ain't got to rub it in,
But it's not late. Listen, it's not late. You can sign up at customer service at any of the Solomon stores. Like I said, it's free and it's easy. All you need is a government issued ID. You present your ID, and if you're ever shopping in the stores and you don't have your My Solomon Smart Rewards keychain tag, you can always give your telephone number. You can still gain your points. You can still use your points once you present your telephone number. So that's the great thing about this. You don't lose points. You're gonna gain. We're now in phase 2 of this program where customers are now redeeming coupons. This is a huge deal. So added to those 10% off private label mix, you have the coupons and you have the My Solomon Smart Rewards card. So you're getting value in all of these options. So we don't want you to limit yourself to those brands you've been accustomed to or that you've grown to love. You can find that same great love in Essential Everyday. You can find it in Field Day, which is the organic offering. If you're shopping the fresh market stores, the Essential Everyday is also in the fresh market stores. This is a great brand, guys. I am standing by it, and I'm saying, don't take my word for it. Just go and give it a try, and you won't regret it.
Now, some people ask a question like asking for a friend. This question is for me. I ask him for me.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any gluten-free offerings with your private label?
Yes, Field Day. That's the Field Day brand.
Today, it's your private label.
Yes, and it's 10% cheaper than those other brands that you would. And we're not knocking any other brand, guys, because as you are aware, we sell these brands. We're just saying to you, if you are ever feeling like, okay, times are getting hard, I need to cut back. How do I do this? How do I get that same great value? But how do I get it less? This is the route to go. Try our private label options. We're giving you those same great national brand qualities that you will find in those other brands, in our private label brands, Essential Everyday, Field Day. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I've been using your private label. I just didn't realize it was your private label.
Yes, yes.
I didn't realize
Yes.
Field Day was your private label. I have tried those gluten-free products. Yeah, they are pretty good.
And like I said, there's variety. So you're gonna have the coconut water, you're gonna have the orange juice, you're gonna have the cereals, you're gonna have the snacks, you're gonna have the hand towels, you're gonna have the cups, so there are different options for you. It's just 10% cheaper. I was pointing out to a customer the other day in the store that was looking for cups. There were red party cups, Essential Everyday party cups, to be exact, priced at $3.59. Then there was the other brand, the Dot brand, almost $7. When you feel the quality, it's basically the same thing. When you drink out the cup, it's the same thing. It's just 10% cheaper.
Right.
So as you walk our stores, as you walk the Solomons and Cost Right stores, we're saying, look at your options, look at the private label option, and listen, there are facts at the back of every product. You look at the quality, you look at what the contents are, and you're going to see that these are contents that you're looking for. You're looking for the gluten-free. You're looking for the organic. You're looking for the no salt. You're looking for the less sugar, no cholesterol. So, we're saying that these are great quality private label brands, and we want you to be aware, because most times we are accustomed to what we are accustomed to. We know who we are. Bahamians, if Muller's is our brand on macaroni, no one can tell us nothing. We're going to be buying Muller's. However,
but yeah, I agree with you. I can, like I said, I didn't realize I was buying your private label. But I have been using many options out of your private label, because I encourage people all the time, particularly when they have to be on a specific diet and they're so used to a particular product. I say, listen, man, it's just a matter of switching brands. It's just a matter of switching brands. You're not depriving yourself of anything. Just switch brands. And that's exactly what you're encouraging here today. Just
Yep.
switch brands and you'd be surprised at the quality and you really won't be missing anything.
You'll be gaining savings while having that value. And like you said, you've been using it. So you yourself can be a testament to the great quality as well as the pricing.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. All right. This is good to know. So let's recap all of this information. Let's talk about the days once again that they can come in and have the taste testings or, sampling so that they can experience it for themselves. Let's start there.
Yeah, so there's sampling in all of our stores, and that's Solomon's Supercenter, Solomon's Yamagraw, Solomon's Fresh Markets, Harbor Bay, and Old Fort Bay. Those days are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, as well as our Crossrite store. That's in the town center mall. If you're in Freeport and you're shopping our Solomon stores there, it's the same days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Solomon's Lucaya and Crossrite Wholesale Club. You can also check our community events board. There, we normally have a schedule of what's sampling, the time it's sampling, and the days they're sampling. So you'll be able to schedule according to how you can come in,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if somebody wanted to fill out the form for the private, not the private label, for the loyalty
so-
program, they can do that online somewhere?
Well, our online options has stopped.
Okay.
So there's only signing up in store at customer service.
Mhm.
And like I said, it's free. All you have to do is provide a government ID, and you're signed up. You'll get your My Solomon Smart Reward card. Once you receive that, you go on your shopping experience at checkout. You present it to the cashier before striking up your groceries, and she will apply the credit to you. And that's the same with the coupons. These coupons are only on the weekends, 3 days out of the week. And once you pick up those items and you hit the register, you'll be able to redeem those coupons at the register.
But if you have the loyalty card, that works for every day of the week, not just
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday,
Yeah,
Saturday.
every day of the week. And it's good your points are good for a year. So you have to use them within a year. And like I said, on every dollar you spend, you gain 1 point. 100 points equals to $1.
Okay. Well, this is fantastic news for those of you who are not familiar or didn't know that it existed, or like me, were using it all along and just weren't aware. I want to encourage you to go into the Solomon's Crossrite or Fresh Market stores, Solomon's Fresh Market stores, and take advantage, first of all, of the loyalty program. Don't be like me and always be in a rush and don't have enough time. And next time I come in there, I'm going to make sure I set aside a few minutes just so I can go sign up for that. Also, take advantage of the essentials and the field day product line, which is actually the Solomon's white label lines. I can tell you from experience, they are pretty good. Anything else that you want to tell us real quick before we end the segment, Mona Lisa?
No, we invite you to come on into our stores. There are many things that separate us from our competitors. For starters, our loyalty program, our store. We're always upgrading to give you the best value and experience. So we invite you to come on into any of our stores in Nassau, Freeport, and Exuma, because we take pride in offering the best experience to you and offering you value for your money.
And who doesn't want to save money?
Yeah.
Good news. Thank you so much, Mona Lisa. I really appreciate you guys coming on today. And listen, GPS people, y'all know I always pushing y'all to try other brands. Give these brands a try. I can attest they are very, very good, very high quality. So you won't be missing a thing except spending extra money. All right. Thank you so much, Mona Lisa.
Thank you for having me. Have a great one.
All right. Take care.
Okay.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to turn our attention to Wellness Wednesday. Now, yesterday everybody was talking about the pharmaceutical, the pharmacies closing down, or what am I going to do without my medication? Well, I can tell you right now what you need to be doing, and that's getting yourself healthier with nutrition and healthy lifestyles. So this is going to be sort of a general show on how you can make yourself healthier naturally. Stay with us. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 hyperimmune egg powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires, cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Last is love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun. Welcome back to GPS, Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here. On this Wellness Wednesday, we're talking about a matter that is important to your health. The telephone numbers to call, 3260271. 3260271. 3260271. The WhatsApp line is, the second line to call, 3260272. 3260272 is the second line to call, and the WhatsApp line is 801-0271. 801-0271. Remember, that's for text messages only. Please do not call the WhatsApp line. Don't send no voice message because I will be able to play it and listen to it while I'm live on the air. So just send us a text message if you want to ask a question via WhatsApp. Okay, that number again, 801-0271. Okay, so everybody was up in arms yesterday after the pharmacies closed for a day. Oh my God, what are we going to do? How are we going to get our medication? And this is, not good. And what if somebody has an urgent situation? Yeah. My grandma used to say, when you can't hear, you just feel. Because how long have we been preaching to y'all that you need to make yourself healthier, generally speaking, so you don't have to be tied to medication for the rest of your life? And many of the conditions that you are now battling with, that you are imprisoned in, could be avoided. But the problem is, we want the easy way out. We want to pop a pill. And, even with the knowledge that that pill isn't going to heal us, just make us feel better. There's a big difference. We rather just pop that pill than do what we need to do to get healthier. But what happens if, God forbid, you can't get that pill and you're relying on that pill to keep you alive? This is a problem. So I want to encourage you today to do the work. Do the work. Do what needs to be done to get healthier, because you play a significant role in your health. It's not all left up to chance. Some people like to use the excuse of, oh, well, this runs in my family, not taking into consideration that bad habits probably also run in your family as well. So just because you may have your family may have a particular condition that, it deals with a lot, that doesn't mean you have to get that condition. But you have to play an active role in this. You have to be a part of the solution to getting better. So if you listen to this show and you still walk away with the attitude of, well, I just want to pop a pill and feel better, well, more power to you. If you like it, let it kill you. But just know it is killing you. Because as you're going to learn in this show, no pharmaceutical, apart from antibiotics, no pharmaceutical actually heals you of anything. And when I say antibiotics, you need to be careful with that, because Bahamians like to abuse antibiotics. The Bahamians, you catch some kind of virus, they want to throw antibiotics at you. No, antibiotics only work for bacterial infections. So if you have a viral infection, it's not going to do anything for you. But we abuse even antibiotics. When truth be told, you just got to discipline yourself, make some changes, and your body will heal itself. So, understand first and foremost that there is an unspoken partnership between the medical profession and Big Pharma. There's this unspoken partnership between the two. I say unspoken, they ain't speaking it to you, but they are very well aware of their own partnership between each other. So you have some sales agents, for instance, in this country right now who are making huge sums of money in terms of pushing pharmaceutical drugs. They get really, really good commissions, hefty commissions. So this is a business, okay? They are in the business of making money. And one of the ways that they make money is that as opposed to healing you of a disease, they just manage your illness. Because quite frankly, if they heal you, then, I make a lot of money off of you if you got come to me for 20 years and if you got come to me for 2 months, 3 months. Just makes sense. So you have to understand that. That is the basis for what we're going to be talking about today. You have to understand that they have this unspoken relationship. And in this country, it goes even further. In this country, you've got some insurance companies that are also owners of clinics with pharmacies. You have some doctors and lawyers who are also part owners of pharmaceutical, clinics that push pharmaceuticals. So you have to understand that there's a reason why the message of the natural approach is not as popular, because you can't make as much money from that. You got to understand this. Another thing that you need to understand is that when it comes to your health, the medical professionals have a very significant role to play in certain aspects of health. But I dare say that when it comes to chronic non-communicable disease, they are out of their league. And evidence of that is that under their watch, more people are sick today using their approaches than ever before. So clearly, that approach is not working. And we're going to be sharing some things on this show today that will go against what you have been taught and told. But my question is always to clients that I come across who've been suffering for years under their care, who, when we say certain things, but my doctor say, oh, this goes against everything that, my question is always, how's that working out for you? If they were so right, how come you still dealing with this condition? Just think about it. The first thing you need to understand is that your doctor practices what we call allopathic reductionist medicine. There's a very significant role for it. But when it comes to chronic non-communicable disease, it's not so effective. So here now is a clip. I'm going to play it. Jason, I just need you to make sure everything is open, with Dr. Peter Glidden, one of my favorites, who is going to explain what is medicine and the different types of medicine. Okay, so take a listen to this.
Interestingly enough, your medical doctor does not practice medicine. Nobody does. Medicine is a vast territory with many different distinctions, many different disciplines. Naturopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine, chiropractic medicine, osteopathic medicine, traditional Chinese medicine, acupuncture, Ayurveda, etc., etc., etc. Interestingly enough, as it turns out, your medical doctor is trained in allopathic medicine. Allopathic medicine is a very interesting system of medicine to understand. And it's important that you understand it. Because when you're sick, you're scared. And you got to do something. You have to do something. And so it's better if you knew beforehand what the MDs were good at, what the MDs were bad at. And the same for other types of medicine. Allopathic medicine argues that the body is a bag of biochemicals waiting to break, and that when something does break, it's the doctor's job to manage your symptoms. Each part of the body that's broken, each part of the body that's affected gets its own medicine, right? So you get one medicine for the heartburn, one medicine for the blood pressure, one medicine for the anxiety, one medicine to help you pee, one medicine to stop you from peeing, one medicine to make you go to sleep, one medicine to make you wake up, and one medicine for the side effect of all those medicines. This is the allopathic reductionistic way. Reductionistic medicine argues that the human body does not have the ability to fix itself, that it is the doctor's job simply to manage your symptoms to the best of their ability. Now think about it. Of all of the prescription medications that exist in the marketplace today, in the 21st century, anywhere in the world, the only medications which cure any physical condition are antibiotics. Everything else is managed, and this is an important distinction for you to understand.
A very important distinction for you to understand, because if you understand that that is the approach going in, then you will understand why they will tell you something like, well, you have to take this particular medication for the rest of your life, or your only option is surgery, because they do not believe that your body has the ability to heal itself. And that is just not true. Understand, people, that our bodies were created by the infinite source of wisdom. Our bodies are complex, amazing healing machines. And we just have to give our bodies what they need, not do any ongoing damage, and get out of the way. We don't have to conjure up healing. We don't have to think about healing. If you get a cut on your finger and you are generally healthy enough, within a couple of days, that thing closes itself up. You didn't have to concentrate on that. You didn't have to wish and pray that your finger healed. It just knew what to do to heal itself. I dare say that the same thing applies for bigger health problems as well, not just a little nick on your finger. Your body knows what to do to heal itself. So why are we walking around so sick? Why are there so many people who are battling long-term, non-communicable, chronic diseases, been sick for years? I talk in decades in some cases. Been on medication for decades and still not getting any better, just managing disease. And, that video clip talked about 10 different medications. You may say, oh, he exaggerating. No, I know plenty of people who want 10 and 12 different medications. Some of y'all might be them people listening now. I want to encourage you, as a matter of fact, if you or someone you know is taking a bunch of different medications, please let them know they need to tune into the show. Like and share the show, because we're going to give you some information today that's going to rock your world. Now, what you do with it, that on you. You could accept it or not. But my grandma used to say, when you can't hear, just feel. And a lot of people right now are rejecting considering anything else because of the incredible job that the medical professional has done in setting itself up as the sole authority on anything to do with your health. And before they tell you, I don't know something, they will just keep going and going and going and going until the famous thing they say is, there's nothing else we can do for you. I say they need to change that and say there's nothing else we can do to you. Now, I am happy to report that there are many doctors nowadays who are starting to understand and embrace that maybe we didn't learn everything in medical school that we needed to know to help people to heal. We're getting a lot of doctors now who are accepting that truth and are now embracing the possibility that there's something else that could be done to help their patients get better. I say kudos to you doctors out there who have taken that approach. Because some doctors, I'm sorry, the level of arrogance and ignorance is astounding. And they would rather you die than say, I don't know. Or maybe we should take another approach. I've actually had clients who have had doctors tell them, don't take the nutrition because that ain't gonna do nothing for you. Meanwhile, they're suffering and getting sicker and sicker on the pharmaceutical, like the pharmaceutical doing something for them. But they would actually discourage them from nutrition. And I just think that that is so amazingly wrong. Because just because you don't understand something doesn't negate the validity of the thing you don't understand. And truth be told, doctors were not trained in nutrition, generally speaking, and neither were the typical pharmacists. So they were trained in what they peddle, which is pharmaceutical medicine. That's their wheelhouse. That's what they know. That's what they understand. But do not for 1 second believe the lie that that is the only thing that you can do when you find yourself in a position where you are not well, because that is simply not true. So you need to understand that your body is a healing machine designed by God to be able to heal itself. And in spite of what happens during the aging process, where you see some people who look like they've been hit by a Mack truck, that's not a normal part of aging. That's just pure neglect. Our bodies break down, and that breaking down is what we call aging or disease, simply because of neglect, not giving it what it needs, giving it what it does not need, not taking care of your body starts to break down. And that breaking down is what we call disease. So if you find yourself battling a disease, a non-communicable chronic disease, or if you find yourself, looking older than you ought to be looking, believe me when I tell you, there's something you can do about it to actually reverse those conditions, even reversing aging. If you are going gray, you don't have to run to the salon. Sorry, all the cosmetologists out there, but you don't have to, the beauty salons are there, but you don't have to run to the salon to dye your hair if your hair turning gray. You could turn back the color of your hair. Simple nutrition. All right. So you're going to learn some things during this show today that's going to hopefully open your eyes. And hopefully you will open your mind and your heart to receive the message that is being given today. Because I dare say that knowledge is not power, but the application of knowledge is. So Charles is saying that is a broad statement. Many of us appreciate that the basis of medicine is from natural products. We just think that it's not standard treatment, but we will usually not discourage taking them. Charles, with all due respect, I know a lot of clients who come back and tell me my doctor discouraged me from taking this nutrition. Not, because we always say, take it to your doctor if you feel more comfortable. And I've actually had people come back to me and say, well, they say this ain't make no sense. I shouldn't take this. And I'm like, wow, how silly is that? So understand something, people. Your body can heal. I want you to listen to this.
I got a call from the Shed Aquarium, and they said, look, we just had a freshwater dolphin from the Ganges River die. Why don't you come on over and see if you can find something? So I came over, and sure enough, I cut that poor little river dolphin open, and the first thing I saw was a heart that should have been the size of an orange, the size of a basketball. Had congestive heart failure. So I asked the keeper there, what do you feed these freshwater dolphin? Well, we feed them whole fish. What type of whole fish do you feed them? We feed them smelt. Well, I knew right away there was a problem because smelt have an enzyme in there that actually destroys certain vitamins. I said, well, there's your problem. And I laid it out for him. And I said, look, you got to change your fish sources. Use some perch, some local white fish, perch, not smelt, and put a multivitamin and some B vitamins into this fish that you're feeding these dolphins, and you won't have a problem. Sure enough, it ended the problem. Congestive heart failure is a deficiency of a single vitamin, whether it's in a human being or a dolphin or an elephant or a hummingbird or a monkey or any animal whatsoever that has a heart. Congestive heart failure is a deficiency of a single vitamin. You give the 90 essential nutrients with some extra of these vitamins. And within 5 days, sometimes, certainly within 90 days, they're an ex-congestive heart failure patient. They don't need a heart transplant anymore. And it's all nutrition. That is exciting. If you give your body the raw materials, it will heal itself. We're a healing machine.
I'm Blake Graham, and I've had the honor and privilege of working with Dr. Wallach now for over 18 years. Now, before that, I was in pre-med. And in pre-med, I was amazed that we would study chemistry and biochemistry, even physics and calculus. But what was really surprising is that we didn't study nutrition. And when I found Dr. Wallach, I learned why. When you look at how medicine works, when you talk about pharmaceutical drugs, you're talking about selective roadblocks, something that stops a metabolic process from working. And if you think of the names, they'll tell you what they do. They're anti-inflammatory, they're proton pump inhibitors, they're calcium channel blockers, beta blockers. That's what they do. Now, on the other hand, nutrition, it's the construction crew. The construction crew meaning it's what your body uses to heal itself, to rebuild itself. You'll never rebuild the body by just repressing a symptom. You have to get at the root cause. And that's what nutrition can do. When you can naturally give the body what it needs to naturally heal itself, to fix the problems they deal with. I love being part of his crusade.
So do I, by the way. And the gentleman that he was referring to was the gentleman at the top of that video, Dr. Joel Wallach, whose protocols we have been trained under the Institute of Holistic Health, through which I was certified as a health coach. And what he teaches is that there are every vertebrate, humans, animals, otherwise, you need 90 essential nutrients every day, simply to function at the optimal level. 90 nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids. And what happens when we don't give our bodies these nutrients, and I'm talking plant-derived, by the way, there is a big difference in terms of the way these nutrients are formulated. Because if you're talking minerals in their raw state, your body can't break that down. You can't absorb it. And it's not about what you take, it's about what you can absorb. You all know that if you're a regular on this show. I did a whole show just a week or two ago about absorption. So it has to be from a source that you can absorb, plant-derived. But if you give your body plant-derived nutrition, micronutrition, that is the fuel that your body uses to run on. Imagine your body is a high-powered, high-tech car that runs on fuel. The nutrition, both macro and micronutrition, are what your body uses to run on. It's what your body burns to run on. And what happens when we don't give our bodies the nutrition that it needs, on top of that, we are giving the body what it does not need: the bad foods, the stress, the toxins, the pathogens, all these other horrible things that are now facing us in this modern day world. Now you've created the perfect storm. Because number one, you're not giving your body what it needs to function properly. And number two, you're doing ongoing damage to the body by giving it what it does not need. Well, what do you think is going to happen? So let's go back to the example of the car. I don't care if your car is a Mercedes Benz or Porsche or Lamborghini or Kia Cube. If it runs on gasoline, it needs gasoline to run. If you don't give it gasoline and you keep driving, eventually the tank will run out, and as expensive or cheap as that car is, it's going to stop running. But an even faster way to get that vehicle to stop running is to pour something in the tank that's not supposed to be there. So let's say I wake up tomorrow and I decide I'm tired of buying gas. It's too expensive, but I really personally love orange juice. So instead of putting gasoline in the car tank, I'm just going to give my car orange juice. Why? Because that's what I personally love. So if I like it, my car got to like it too. Well, it's going to break down even faster than just running out of gas. Because the car is not designed to run on orange juice. We are constantly pouring orange juice into the gas tank and wondering why our bodies are breaking down, because that's all disease is, a degeneration of the body, of some system of the body. We acting all surprised. After years upon years upon years of pouring orange juice down the gas tank, when the car stopped working, we acting all surprised. How could this possibly have happened? Well, duh. If you're constantly giving the car what it doesn't need and you neglect to give it what it does need, it's going to stop working. It's that simple. And this is exactly what we are doing with our bodies. We think nothing of eating garbage. And we think nothing of not giving ourselves adequate nutrition. It's no big deal. And it becomes a nuisance to some of us when people tell them, well, maybe you shouldn't be eating that. They won't cuss you. They looking at you with their side eye. But these the same people who can come to you when they get sick. Oh, pray for my healing. Oh, ask the Lord for his divine mercy. How about you stop doing the damage to the body that's causing the sickness in the first place? And I'm not saying that healing doesn't exist, because I just told y'all, your body's a healing machine. But you cannot continue to pour something down the tank that is not supposed to be there and expect your body to perform at optimal level, especially if on top of that, you are not giving your body the nutrition that it needs to function. This is not rocket science, people. Healing is so much easier than we are making it out to be. It's very simple. Give your body what it needs. Stop giving your body what it does not need. And get out of the way. And you would be shocked at some of the things that your body will heal from. Charles says, the Bible and Revelation says the healing of the nation is from the shedding of the leaves of the trees. Yeah, I'm in total agreement with that. Many solutions to various diseases that we have are found right in nature. But what does Big Pharma do? They go to nature. They pull out of nature what they want to pull out of it. They take it into the lab. They come up with a synthetic version of it, and then they sell it back to you. And then they tell you that the natural thing is useless to you. So don't go natural. No. You ain't get under the natural. Take this, what we take from natural, and manipulate it and turn it into something else, and that's what's going to heal you. Utter foolishness. Okay? But yet, they have established themselves to be the authority. So when people come with this message that I'm sharing today, you're looking at them with a side eye. Y'all, oh, Michelle, you always run your talking these things my doctors say, but yet you still sick. So how is that working out for you? And maybe the time has come for you to consider something else, another approach. Because if you've had the same condition for 40 years, going from doctor to doctor to doctor, maybe it's about time you wake up and realize that you've taken the wrong dog to the hunt. And again, I say it every time I have one of these shows, because people are special and they just hear what they want to hear. I am not in any way speaking ill of doctors, because they have a role to play. Allopathic reductionist medicine is extremely effective when it comes to trauma care, surgery when necessary. You go get yourself in an accident right now, drinking a bottle of minerals ain't gonna help you. You better find your help to a doctor who could help patch you back up. Okay? They play a very important, save lives every day. Thank God for doctors and the knowledge that they have received as it relates to trauma care and surgery when necessary. That's their thing. They're really good at that. And that has a very significant role to play in healthcare, generally speaking. But when it comes to the high blood pressure, when it comes to that type 2 diabetes, when it comes to heart disease, when it comes to lupus, when it comes to bone degeneration and bone loss, when it comes to, trust me on this. Your best bet is to not only consider the route of allopathic reductionist medicine, because all they can do for you is manage your disease. They are not in the business of healing, but of managing illness. Now, if that's all you're happy with, more power to you. Just hope the pharmacies don't close down again. And next time for an extended period, because then you can be in trouble. I would think that the smarter route would be to heal your body, to give your body what it needs to heal itself. And watch the miraculous power of God and his creativity. Because let me tell you, when you start to study this body, anybody who studies the body, the anatomy of the body, and understands how the body works, how you could deny that there's a God, I don't know. That this is all by chance, you got to be crazy. The human body is a marvel. That's why the Bible says we were fearfully and wonderfully made. So understand that written within your DNA is the ability to heal, but only under certain circumstances. You can't continue to do damage and expect to walk in optimal health. It just don't work like that. But if eating a slice of pizza is more important to you than healing yourself of lupus, then enjoy that slice of lupus, because that's what it is. Instead of looking at that as a slice of pizza, look at that as a slice of lupus. If that slice of cake is more important to you than healing your body of that autoimmune disease, enjoy that slice of autoimmune disease. If you like it, let it kill you. But if you want to be free, then keep listening to the show. Like and share. Let everybody know they need to tune into GPS today. We're going to take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we are going to look a little deeper into this whole question of your body's ability to heal itself. And you're going to get an understanding that pharmaceuticals do not heal. They block systems as opposed to encouraging your system to work naturally. We're going to talk about that on the other side of the break. Stay with us. This is GPS on a Wellness Wednesday.
Your body's immune system is under constant pressure from things like stress, lack of exercise, and toxins in the environment. It's crucial to be proactive and support your immune system with the nutrients it needs to function effectively. But it's often hard to get these nutrients from food alone. Introducing fast-acting Zinc Plus Immune Support by Longevity. Unlike zinc-only supplements, Zinc Plus Immune Support builds on the proven power of zinc and adds complementary nutrients to give your immune system extra support. Vitamin D helps balance the effects of zinc, while our proprietary blend of natural fruit and root extracts provides the extra help your immune system needs to work against daily stressors. And we've included Longevity's exclusive plant-derived minerals to give your body the minerals it needs, but can't get from food alone. And because Zinc Plus Immune Support is delivered in a great-tasting, sugar-free, berry-flavored lozenge, it encourages quicker absorption of all these nutrients into your body. Zinc Plus Immune Support zinc, plus the extra support your body needs to promote a healthy immune system. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, paints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Blessed love.
It's gotten harder and harder to get your daily requirement of vital nutrients from food alone. Without additional vitamin and nutrient support, your health and well-being can suffer drastically. That's why Z-Radical was specifically formulated. It combines a blend of antioxidant-rich vitamins, minerals, and botanicals with the protective powers of fucoidan to help fill the gaps from lack of nutrients in your foods. The core of Z-Radical is fucoidan, a naturally occurring polysaccharide that helps stimulate immune reaction, protecting you against inflammation and oxidative stress. We harvest this powerful mineral-rich nutrient from brown seaweed, harvested only from the world's most pristine ocean waters to ensure the purest quality. It's then extracted using cold process technology to ensure maximum levels of bioavailability. Then we add essential vitamins that help to protect your cardiovascular and nervous systems and are crucial for optimal immune and neurological function. Z-Radical also includes a proprietary blend of delicious antioxidant-rich fruits and berries. This great-tasting combination helps your body combat free radical imbalances that can contribute to a variety of degenerative conditions like arthritis and heart disease. Z-Radical. Experience the power of fucoidan with antioxidant-rich berries, 8 essential vitamins, and more to provide you with potent health benefits. To learn more, contact your longevity associate.
Welcome back to GPS Global Paradigm Shift on Global 99.5 FM. Michelle Malcolm here on this Wellness Wednesday. We're talking about how to make yourself healthier, how to get out of jail, out of pharmaceutical jail, get out of bondage, so that you can be walking in better health naturally. There is a way to do it, people, and it's not rocket science. You just have to be willing to do what you need to do to get healthier. The telephone numbers to call, 3260271, 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272, 3260272, and the WhatsApp line for text messages only, 8010271, 801-0271 is the number to send us a text message. Matter of fact, let me check the WhatsApp to see if you guys sent any messages so far for the day. So yesterday, a bunch of people was running scared. Lord, please let these shops, these pharmacies open back up, because if not, what I can do, what I can do, what I can do. And they probably went home and enjoyed some good old fried chicken for dinner, or something with plenty sugar. But yet they crying because the pharmacy ain't open for them to get their drug. But we're going to talk about that. But first, we have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Hi, how are you doing?
Excellent. How are you?
Good, thanks. You know, one thing that we all don't do enough of is simply drink water.
True.
I watched a video recently that says you're not sick, you're dehydrated. I think that people don't realize that our bodies are made up of, 67%? I might have the percentage wrong, I don't know, of water. And none of us drink enough of it. And just listening to your show and hearing about the pharmaceutical prescriptions that so many people are on and how the body can heal itself. But I just think just consuming more water on a daily basis would help everybody tremendously.
You're absolutely correct. Water is so important because it helps to keep things moving.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's 75% of your body is water.
Yeah.
And so what happened, and I know people who like, child, I don't drink water. Water tastes bad, but they run out for the first can of soda or juice or whatever. And you don't realize the damage that you're doing to your body by not giving yourself adequate water. And if you,
absolutely.
I've heard it said that if you feel thirsty, then you're already dehydrated.
Oh, you're already dehydrated.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I always encourage my children and anybody else to just carry a bottle of water with you. Not necessarily the recyclable ones or the plastic ones, but just, invest in a decent water bottle and just keep it full and just keep drinking. But
Very
anyway,
good
thank
advice.
you for your show.
Thank you so much for calling in. Very, very good advice. Now, that being said, be careful if you are a person who drinks alkaline water. I would have said this before on the show. You need to be careful as it relates to digestion. You don't want to drink alkaline water with a meal, or just before a meal, or immediately after a meal, because the alkaline water will neutralize the acid in your stomach, and that is a bad idea. We need our stomachs to be acidic to properly digest the food before it passes on to the intestines. So alkaline water and carbonated beverages do not drink with a meal, or just before a meal, or immediately after, because you will impede your body's ability to digest your food properly, and that could lead to other conditions as well. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Yes, good afternoon, Sister Malcolm.
Mm-hmm.
Good afternoon, world. This is Kendall Hanna from Freeport.
Hi.
So what I'm trying to say, the water, the lady who just called and saying drink more water. Now that could be a little tricky, Sister Malcolm, because we've been trained to get away from our old well water and our old table, and they said it's bad and all that there. The same thing you say with the medicine. What's with the water? The water is the biggest industry, and their water don't have no minerals. They don't have no. It never gets spoiled. Back in the 60s, 70s, the water used to get spoiled if you sit it in the cup or develop some kind of bacteria, tappos or moss or whatever. But that water they giving us today, Sister Malcolm, is the worstest water, and it's we're not supposed to drink it. You put coconut water off the tree in the refrigerator in a cup for 3 days, it's going to turn sour. You put day water where they gave us today in the fridge, it's going to last forever. The minerals in the coconut water and the ingredients, what nature made of it, will make that turn sour if you don't drink that in 3 days. The water they gave us today, and it's a big thing for a long time. What given our nation is kidney problem right now. Good day.
All right, thank you for calling. There are some water companies that do put things like chlorine in their water, unfortunately, and take out minerals. And he's right, the water should have minerals in it. We have another caller. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Good afternoon, Michelle. How are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
Good. I'm calling from Freeport, and all I drink is water.
Good.
All I drink is water. I can't drink sodas. I can't drink juice. I was on water, just lone water, for like from 2016 to now. And all I drink is water, just pure water.
Okay.
And guess what? You should see my skin.
Oh, it must be beautiful.
Beautiful. And guess what? I'm 54,
Mm-hmm.
and you should see how young I look.
I can imagine.
No sodas, no juice, because
Yeah.
we all know that juice have a lot of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
And I
water
just
is
drink
helping to
water.
flush the toxins out of your body. Yeah, for sure.
And if I try to drink, like if I taste the soda, it upsets my stomach.
It's too much,
because
right?
I've been off, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the same experience now because it's been so long since I don't do sugar.
Right.
And so if I go to a family function and there's lemonade and I take a sip of that, I always have to add water to it because it's too
Add
sweet
water
for
to
me. And everybody else is like, but it's fine. But
Yeah.
for me, it tastes like I'm drinking syrup because my body's not used to that anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah,
no
for
alcohol,
sure.
not even wine, no alcohol, just water. People say I'm boring, but guess what? I'm going to live longer.
Exactly. And healthier. Not just
Yes.
longer, but longer and healthier. Good for
Yes.
you. Good for
Yes.
you. All right. Thank you so much for
All
calling
right.
in.
Okay.
No, that water is extremely important. Good, clean water with minerals is extremely important because that keeps things moving. It helps to flush all of the toxins out of your system, and it will help you to look younger. A lot of times people look older because they just simply dehydrated. It's like dried fruit. It looks pruny, but you hydrate it and it comes back to life. So there is a way to reverse that aging, and water plays a very big part of that. So definitely you have to drink sufficient good water, because again, not all water is created equal. All right, so you need to understand, people, that when it comes to the difference between pharmaceuticals and nutrition, pharmaceuticals actually block your body's systems from working, because what it's trying to do is replace what your body should have been doing naturally with the synthetic solution that the pharmaceutical offers. So in like my case, for instance, I told my story about how my thyroid was damaged, and I was told that I had to be on thyroid medication for the rest of my life. And they put me on a product that is a steroid that was actually blocking my thyroid from functioning the way it should function, so that the steroid, the synthetic version of the hormone, could do what the thyroid is supposed to do. So after a while, if you keep doing that, your body atrophy sets in. In other words, it's like somebody who is in a wheelchair and doesn't get to use their limbs for a long time. After a while, if there isn't some kind of somebody helping them in some kind of therapy to move those limbs, if you don't demand it to work, it will eventually just figure, okay, I guess I have nothing else to do, and become useless. So this is what pharmaceuticals do. Whereas with nutrition is like would have been said in that last clip. That's the construction crew. The nutrition helps your body to regenerate. Okay, because again, disease is nothing more than a degeneration of the body. It doesn't matter what the disease is, no matter what it's called. It's really just the body degenerating. And what nutrition does is it's the building crew, it's the construction crew. It helps the body to regenerate. Okay, so in this clip, one of my favorites, pharmacist Ben Fuchs talks about the fact that pharmaceuticals will not heal you. They simply manage your disease.
One of the key ideas in health and nutrition in terms of reversibility of degenerative disease, the body degenerates in a generic fashion, and it doesn't really matter what part of the body is breaking down, at least from a reversal and healing perspective. And this is the big mistake that we make, and this is the big mistake that the medical model makes when it comes to treating degenerative diseases. We think diseases are somehow special and unique, and Parkinson's is different from Alzheimer's, and is different from ulcerative colitis, and is different from arthritis, and they're not really. In terms of degeneration, the body degenerates the same way. And the same symptoms occur no matter what what part of the body is degenerating. About 1 million people are affected by Parkinson's disease, not to mention their families and loved ones. Every year, 60,000 Americans are diagnosed with Parkinson's. All told, the disease costs about $25 billion a year. Some of you may notice, heard yesterday, an FDA committee voted 12-2 that the benefits of a new drug called Nuplazid, made by a company called Acadia, outweigh the risks of taking the drug. Nuplazid and by the way, the risks include death, according to the FDA's own literature. But apparently, according to the FDA committee anyway, the benefits of the drug outweigh the risks. Nuplazid is a medication that treats something called Parkinson's dementia. And if you're thinking that dementia is a sign of Alzheimer's disease, well, you're right, but it's also a sign of Parkinson's disease. That's because Parkinson's disease is exactly the same thing as Alzheimer's disease, albeit in a different part of the brain. So anyway, this new drug is supposed to treat Parkinson's dementia, they call it, hallucinations and dementia that occur in about 40 or 50% of people who have Parkinson's disease. So the FDA committee decided they should go ahead with the approval process for this medication. Never mind that the FDA scientists themselves in a review said that the medication was only, quote, minimally effective or minimally improved, unquote, the symptoms of Parkinson's dementia while exposing the patients to, quote, substantial safety risk, unquote, which, as I say, includes death, according to the FDA's own assessments. So let's be clear here, folks. There's no drugs that can do anything, zippo, nada, than at best reduce some of the unpleasant symptoms of Parkinson's disease, at best. There's no drugs that can do anything to reverse Alzheimer's disease or Bell's palsy or any movement disorder, or any nervous system disorder, or for that matter, ulcerative colitis or sarcoidosis or pulmonary fibrosis or diabetes or anything else. Degenerative diseases do not lend themselves to reversal with drugs. Period. End of story. If you're on a prescription drug for your chronic long-term degenerative disease, you have to understand it is not going to be able to help you, aside perhaps from some of the symptoms. If you're dealing with a brain health issue, the first thing you want to focus on is fats. The brain is 60% fat. It's the fattiest organ in the body. And if the brain is deteriorating and it's mostly fats, doesn't it make sense that if you're dealing with Parkinson's or Alzheimer's disease, you want to focus, first of all, anyway, on fats and fat absorption and fatty vitamins? It's just common sense, folks, not medical sense, but common sense. No medical degree here required. So there's lots of choices of fatty foods in our culture, and we all love fats, and we're hardwired to go for fats. Fats are a dense source of energy. So we're hardwired to find fats. And the problem isn't the fats, it's the distorted fats. It's the processed fats. So make sure that you're using your fats in an uncooked fashion, and make sure you're using your fats in a unprocessed fashion as well. This is where your ultimate EFAs become so important. Essential fatty acids are basically the active ingredients in fat, or one of the important active ingredients in fat. And they're taken out of oils, and they're cooked out of oils. They're taken out of oils by food processors, and they're cooked out of foods because they're unstable to heat. So most of us, if we're not supplementing with our ultimate EFAs, are going to be deficient. And guess what? Your ultimate EFAs are critically important for brain health, for Alzheimer's disease issues, for mental health issues, for depression. Omega-3 fats, the literature on omega-3 fats in particular, as antidepressants, is voluminous and very compelling. Omega-6 fats are also important, and certainly your fatty vitamins, your vitamins D, E, A, and K, particularly for the brain, vitamins E and vitamins A. You'll get all of this in the Healthy Start Pack, by the way. You'll get your Ultimate EFAs in the Healthy Start Pack, and make sure you're taking them generously. Don't skimp on your Ultimate EFAs. 9 a day, 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoons, 3 at night. And then you got to make sure you're absorbing your fats, you're utilizing your fats, because remember, in the world of nutrition, it's not what you take, it's what you absorb. And in order to maximize absorption of your ultimate EFAs and your fatty vitamins that you get in the Healthy Start Pack, you want to make sure you're using your ultimate enzymes. The ultimate enzymes are made with something called bile salts, which are possibly the most important dietary supplement and biochemical, when it comes to absorbing fats and fatty vitamins. You'll get something called pancreatin in your ultimate enzymes. You'll get lipase in your ultimate enzymes. All of this is important for fatty nutrients and for brain health. And folks, that's just one supplement. So if you're dealing with any of these mental health issues or brain health issues, Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's disease, depression, from a degenerative standpoint, you got to understand that as with any other degenerative disease, you got to eliminate the crappy food, lower your calories, reduce your blood sugar, and use your Healthy Start Pack. The B vitamins, electrolytes, and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, your ultimate selenium, your ultimate nightly essence. There's a whole slew of incredible products that you can use to help not just deal with brain health, but any chronic long-term degenerative health issue.
Is my microphone open? Okay, now it is. All right. So, again, understanding what pharmacist Ben just explained so well is that no matter where the degeneration is happening, no matter what it is called, it is still a degeneration of the body. And it is the micronutrients that can actually help to regenerate, to rebuild your body. And that is where healing begins. So you need to understand that there are what we call 4 categories of disease. And these 4 categories of disease are what really sort of govern how we know how to approach your healing, because everybody's different. No 2 people are exactly alike. So what you need specifically could be very different from what somebody else needs. And so what we do is we do what we call a health evaluation. And that health evaluation helps us to figure out what it is that your body specifically needs based on the symptoms that you are experiencing, because your symptoms are just your body's way of telling you that it needs something, that there is some kind of degeneration going on, and that it needs some help. And so, of all of the hundreds of diseases that are a result of a nutritional deficiency, they all fall into one of four categories. And we call that the four categories of disease. And those four categories of disease actually, you find yourself experiencing certain symptoms based on the four categories that that particular disease may fall in or fall under. And so, for instance, you have the four categories are what we call the hard tissue category. I'm trying to share the screen for our Facebook audience so that you can see what I'm actually talking about. So just give me a second. Let me figure out how to. There it is. Okay. So you've got the hard tissue category. You've got the soft tissue category. Let me add it to the stream. There we go. All right, let me make this full screen. Okay, that's as big as I'm going to get it. So you've got blood sugar imbalances. You've got calcium deficiencies. We call that the hard tissue category. You've got digestive disorders. And you've got the soft tissue category, or essential fats and cholesterol deficiencies. And if you look closely at this chart, for those of you who are watching us on Facebook or YouTube, you'll see that there are many common diseases that fall under these four categories of disease. So blood sugar imbalances, for instance, you may have a condition of ADD, attention deficit disorder, or attention hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You may have adrenal failure, anxiety. You may have bipolar disorder. Cardiovascular disease could be a result of a blood sugar imbalance. Depression, obviously things like diabetes, which we call in the Bahamas sugar. You may have elevated cholesterol and triglycerides, blood sugar imbalance, fainting spells, fatigue, hyperactivity, hypoglycemia, infertility, learning disabilities, migraines, moodiness, narcolepsy, night sweats, obesity. All of these and more are a blood sugar imbalance that result from a nutritional deficiency. Give your body the nutrition that it needs, and the blood sugar imbalance problem goes away. The symptom goes away. We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS.
Yes. Good afternoon. Happy afternoon, I would say, Michelle. Just love your topic. My name is Sister Cher. Global 99.5 is familiar with me. We're grateful to have Global as a sponsor of the Bahamas Strong Families Forever campaign. And this is a campaign that was launched a few months ago, along with the Ministry of Social Services and Urban Development, with their support and other supporters in the business and academic arenas. And our theme is My Family's Health Equals Our Common Wealth, or our nation's commonwealth. And I feel it goes aligns with wonderfully with your topic, and as you speak about how we can better manage our health. And you mentioned a number of things that I definitely could agree with, in terms of not having dependence on medicine and recognizing the role of medicine towards health. But one of the things that we also don't look at as much as we need to is the impact of family structure, family functioning on the health of individuals.
Right.
And this is what the campaign aims to advocate for and to share, in that these competencies in as it relates to discipline and being able to recognize that, you know, we shouldn't have dependence on medicine, that actually should be taught within the family. And when we become adults, it's very, very difficult to change that paradigm, so to speak, when you've had years as a child, being given unhealthy foods, when you are actually in a family that is fatherless. Research shows that this also has an impact on the health of your family, as it relates to obesity, as it relates to depression, psychological issues, as it relates to environmental issues, including poverty. So there needs to be a deeper dive into what we call preventative health.
So
the medical doctors deal with rehabilitative health.
So here's what we
preventative
need to do. We need your department to book some time on the show.
Yes, for sure. And we're looking forward to that. As I said, we're grateful for Global for partnering with us, on another level. But
Right.
we look forward to coming and visiting you and sharing some of these things, which are very important as we look at health in a holistic manner.
Sounds good to me.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thanks so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right. So getting back to these 4 categories of disease, the hard tissue category, that is what we call calcium deficiencies, calcium, magnesium, glucosamine, and chondroitin deficiencies. And if you have a deficiency problem in this area, you may end up with things like, arthritis, back pain. You may have Bell's palsy, bone spurs, brittle nails, calcium deposits, cartilage damage. How many people right now are walking around talking about they need surgery, knee replacement, hip replacement surgery? Absolute garbage. Your body is able to regrow the cartilage, but the doctors ain't going to tell you that. Cognitive impairment, depression, Dowager's hump, elevated blood calcium, high blood pressure. Simple deficiency of the hard tissue category, people. 2 weeks of nutrition and your pressure normal. I don't care how long you've been on that medication what they're giving you. That's one of the easiest things to fix. Insomnia, irritability, joint pain, kidney stones, ligament damage, muscle cramps and twitches, osteoporosis, osteofibrosis. And this is just obviously some of them, because obviously I can't go over hundreds of diseases, but just to give you an idea of some of the things that you right now may be suffering from, not realizing that this is a nutritional problem. Sciatica is another one. Tooth decay, vertigo, restless leg syndrome, prolonged clotting time, panic attacks. All of this can be a result. Receding gums. If you have a problem with tooth decay, that's a sign that you have a deficiency problem. And once you give your body what it needs, it will fix itself. I'm telling you. Next, you've got your digestive disorders. And when you have a digestive disorder, you could end up with things like, now, how's this one? Allergies. How many of you right now are suffering from allergies, not realizing the connection to your gut? Here's another surprising one. Athlete's foot. What about belching, bloating, gas, burping? Well, obviously, we know that is digestive. That's more obvious. Celiac disease, constant constipation, Crohn's disease, dermatitis, diarrhea, food sensitivities, heartburn, hiatal hernias, indigestion, irritable bowel, inflammatory bowel disease. Jock itch is another surprising one. Leaky gut, which you often hear me talk about. Acid reflux, thrush, when babies have a problem with thrush, yeast infections, all of this and more, stomach pain, etc. Simple digestive disorder. Fix that digestive problem, and all of that goes away. And then finally, you've got your soft tissue category. This is a deficiency of healthy fats and cholesterol. And if you have a problem in this area, you can end up with things like acne, alopecia, Alzheimer's disease, asthma, cardiovascular disease, cracked heels, dementia, extended menopause, cravings for fried foods, gallstones, growth retardation, low libido, infertility, multiple sclerosis, muscular dystrophy, psoriasis, kidney dysfunction, and more. Simple deficiency of healthy fats. Now, you may be in a position where you are experiencing conditions across the board in more than one category, symptoms. And that is generally a good sign that you may have a problem with absorption, because absorption is key to ensuring that you remain healthy, generally speaking. If you aren't absorbing nutrients into your bloodstream, they can't get to your bone marrow. And your bone marrow, if it doesn't function properly, that can lead to disease. If you are damaging the apparatus that's responsible for absorbing, and instead of things like only nutrition getting into your bloodstream, other things start to get into your bloodstream that aren't supposed to be there, then that is going to cause other conditions like autoimmune disease, things like arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, etc. Because you have damaged the very apparatus that's responsible for absorbing nutrients. So not only are nutrients not getting where they need to go for your body to function properly, but things aren't supposed to be in there are getting in, and that will lead to disease. So these 4 categories of disease are what governs, I would say, 99% of illness. And if you can address these 4 categories of disease, then you can eliminate the diseases themselves. It's that simple. But if you are not absorbing nutrients, if you aren't taking them to begin with to absorb them, or if you're damaging the very apparatus that is responsible for absorbing them to the degree that other things are getting into your bloodstream, you are going to end up with one of these problems. The good news is, remember what we said at the top of the show, your body is a healing machine. And these conditions can be reversed. So don't believe the prognosis. Believe the diagnosis. When you go to the doctor and they tell you you're pre-diabetic or you got type 2 diabetes, don't walk out of the office talking about a doctor trying to put no diabetes on you. Believe the diagnosis. But don't believe the prognosis that there's nothing you can do except take medication for the rest of your life. Or if you have kidney failure, there's nothing you can do except pray for a new kidney. That's not true. That is reversible. I've seen it happen. You just got to give your body what it needs to function, stop doing the damage, let your body repair itself, and things spring back into action. I'm telling you, I've seen it. People were told that they had to have knee replacement surgery. That's their only option. There's no more cartilage left. Right. I could tell you, I could show you people right now who walk in right now who were told that their only option was surgery, and they decided to go another way. And voila, discovered, in spite of what they were being told, that their body has the ability to regrow cartilage. I'm telling you, I have multiple clients who I could point you to who have had that experience. So, understand that your body is able to heal itself under the right conditions. And understand that the reason why you are, generally speaking, not hearing this from your medical doctor is because your medical doctor has not been trained in nutrition. And they can only tell you what they know. Once you wrap your mind around that, you'd be amazed. I say all the time, and you're normal believers, so this is in no way, in any way, to diminish the healing power of God. But a lot of people right now are praying for healing, and all they need is minerals. And to stop doing the damage to their bodies. All they need is nutrition. And they praying to God, oh Lord, please heal me. And he's saying, how about it? Put down that can of soda. How about stop frying that food? How about stop eating all that sugar? How about nutrifying your body? How about getting sufficient rest? How about exercising? How about taking better care of your body? Because the healing is already written in your DNA. But again, we like easy way out. We want to pop a pill and let that pill manage my illness as opposed to doing the work to healing myself. So on the other side of the break, we are going to learn more about the challenge with the approach of the MD. And you're also going to get to hear about, even if you have an active lifestyle, you especially need nutrition, and you're going to understand why. Stay with us. This is GPS.
Understanding your microbiome, also known as your gut ecosystem, can change everything you thought you knew about nutrition, digestion, immunity, and metabolism. Keeping your gut ecosystem healthy and balanced is essential. Ultimate Microbiome by Longevity was specifically formulated to optimize this ecosystem. It provides the advanced support your gut needs through prebiotic, probiotic, and postbiotic supplementation. Our unique blend of probiotics includes Lactobacillus and Plantarum, healthy bacteria that can help prevent harmful bacteria from taking over your gut. Increasing your gut's population of beneficial bacteria creates a more balanced gut microbiome, which has been shown to aid in weight loss, skin health, sleep, mood, and may even help with seasonal allergies. Ultimate Microbiome also promotes the production of postbiotics. Postbiotics are key to help regulate your gastrointestinal health. To enhance digestion, Digizyme Multi-Enzyme Complex, a blend of 5 specific enzymes, has been added to Ultimate Microbiome. It can help break down food so your body can better absorb nutrients. Plus, we've added our proprietary I-26 Hyperimmune Egg Powder to aid in the elimination of disease-causing gut bacteria and help your body balance its immune response. Ultimate Microbiome, the scientific, proprietary, and holistic approach to gut health that helps optimize your body's entire gut ecosystem. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate.
Welcome to Sunshine Auto, the hardest place on the planet for rims, tints, and tires.
We are your auto superstore for rims, Lexani, Azaras, Trueform, Western, Lux, Fuel, Trackline, Tough, Rough Racing, Velocity, Mud, All-Terrain, and low-profile tires. Cars, homes, and commercial window tinting. At Sunshine Auto, we put God first and customer is king.
Glasses love.
To stay healthy, it's crucial to make sure you get the nutrition you need every day. But it's difficult to get all your recommended vitamins and minerals from food alone. Even in the United States, 94% of people are deficient in at least one nutrient. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 by Longevity is a simple, convenient, and affordable way to help your body get the essential nutrients it needs. It's an advanced plant-driven multivitamin mineral complex that contains certified organic whole foods, trace minerals, and antioxidants. BTT 2.0 supports your body's natural defense system with a proprietary blend of energy-boosting and body-loving nutrients, plus prebiotics, probiotics, amino acids, and enzymes that support digestion. With an unusually high ORAC score of 8,000, you get even more antioxidants to help combat free radicals that can cause damage to your cells. But to get the most benefit and value from any multivitamin, your body must be able to break down the nutrients so you can fully absorb them. Otherwise, they'll just pass through your system without doing any good. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 was specially formulated with synergizing cofactors to ensure you get maximum nutrient absorption. Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 is the easiest way to give your body the balance and complete daily vitamin, mineral supplement it needs for optimal support of your overall health. To learn more, contact your Longevity associate
This portion of GPS is brought to you by Tiki Bikini Hut at Junkanoo Beach. Great food, cool tropical drinks, and family fun in the sun.
Dr. Wallach has been passionately involved in the political battle for fairness in the medical information that we receive. As a matter of fact, he's credited with successfully suing the FDA 7 times. Because of those efforts, the public is now aware of the relationship between folic acid and birth defects, on selenium and its effects on preventing and reversing cancer, and how omega-3 fatty acids can help improve heart health, to name a few. Dr. Wallach has been criticized for his straightforward, blunt approach to the failures of mainstream medical practices. From his best-selling book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, to the hundreds of lectures that Dr. Wallach does each year, he quotes statistics and medical published reports that are literally mind-boggling.
The medical system has failed the American public very badly. And when you look at the statistics, it's very, very scary. For instance, this is from the Journal of the American Medical Association. The Center for Disease Control, which is a federal agency that tracks these kind of things. Each year in America, medical doctors kill, injure, and infect 15 million patients in hospitals and clinics. Not one of them gets their license suspended for 3 seconds. Nobody gets an OSHA ticket. Nobody loses their job. And that being a pathologist and seeing what happened to patients on my autopsy table made me very critical of that system. You break that down a little bit. When you just look at infections in hospitals alone, not clinics, but just hospital infections, every year, again, the Center for Disease Control, this came out in 1998, and the Center for Disease Control said each year in America, medical doctors infect 2 million patients in hospitals. They infect 2 million patients, of which 90,000 die each year. That's a yearly figure from just the infections they spread. So nobody raises an eyebrow except me. That's why I'm very passionate about it.
Well, I'm a naturopathic doctor. I've been doing this for 26 years clinically. If we look around in the 21st century, everybody is sick all of the time. Autism has risen from 1 out of 10,000 births to 1 out of 80. Alzheimer's has risen from obscurity to become the 6th leading cause of death. Heart disease, cancer, unchanged. Arthritis, high blood pressure, obesity, out of control. The leading cause of bankruptcy in the United States, MD-directed medicine. Your medical doctor may be the nicest person that God ever created, but they only know what they've been trained in. And what they've been trained in is one piece of the pie of medical science. The type of medicine that your MD is trained in is referred to as allopathic medicine. I'm trained in naturopathic medicine. There's chiropractic medicine, osteopathic medicine, homeopathic medicine, and they're all good for certain things. Allopathic medicine, what the MDs are trained in, is perfect for surgery when it's necessary, trauma care, and a handful of infectious diseases. That's the wheelhouse of the MD. I have 26 years of clinical experience. I've been around the block with naturopathic medicine, and I got good results practicing the therapeutics that I was taught in medical school. But since I've been following Dr. Wallach's lead, I don't even know what planet I'm on anymore, because the things that I've seen people recover from with Dr. Wallach's methods eclipse by a factor of 1,000 anything that I'd seen before.
As a holistic health coach, I can attest to that. The things that I've seen people heal from simply by using nutrition and stopping the ongoing damage is nothing short of miraculous. We have a call on the line. Caller, welcome to GPS. You need to turn down whatever you're listening to us on, please, so we don't get that feedback. Caller? Hello? You're on the air. Go ahead and speak, please. Okay. I don't know what's going on with that person. The telephone number is called 3260271, 3260271, 3260272, 3260272. The WhatsApp line is 8010271 for text messages only, 8010271. So, Did you hear what Dr. Wallach said in that clip? 90,000 people per year die because of something going wrong under the care of a medical doctor. 90,000 people per year. Imagine if an airline put out there, every year we lose 90,000 customers to plane crashes. How much of you all jump on the plane again? Yeah, I think everybody be like, okay, I'm not going to be getting on another airplane anytime soon. But yet we give that system carte blanche to do whatever they want to do because they have so established themselves to be the authority. Something's got to give, people. Maybe it's time for us to consider going in another direction. Is that a caller for the show? Okay, caller, welcome to GPS.
Yeah, Annie Bo calling here.
Mhm.
I want to ask you, what is the nutritional you could use for your body? What you're talking about? You say nutritional, but I didn't know exactly which one. What you mean by that? I want to ask you another question. I was on thyroid medication I was 28 years old, and they took out a piece of my thyroid, and I had to be on this pill for the rest of my life. And I was on that pill from then until now. I am 83.
Wow.
And still on the pill.
Wow.
But every time I go to the doctor, he say your TSH is good, the next something is good, so your thyroid is working. But I understand now, like you're saying, the thyroid can heal itself. Is it too late for me to stop taking the 100% medication for the thyroid?
Well, here's the thing.
Huh?
Here's the thing. You are now in your 80s, and that you've been taking that since you're 20. So you're talking 60 years of your thyroid not having to function on its own.
Yes, under that pill.
So it means that you're gonna have to. It's going. It is possible for that to heal, but it's gonna take a while.
Take a while.
Because you're
okay.
talking atrophy now. Your thyroid has already decided, okay, it ain't not for me to do no more. It just stopped working because the replacement that the pharmaceutical has done has stopped it from working. So
I just
so it's gone. I'm actually going through that right now as we speak. I was on my thyroid medication since about almost 20 years. And I recently decided enough is enough. I gotta practice what I preach. Right? So I'm going through that exact thing right now. Where I'm moving to heal myself naturally so that my thyroid can start to function again. But it's been almost 20 years since my thyroid has had to function on its own. So it's not going to happen overnight, but it can happen.
And it says like 60 years for me since I've been taking that because I'm 83 now.
Yeah, but you only proven exactly what I've been saying on the show.
Yes, I'm listening to you quite well, but I want to know some of the nutrition because now they diagnosed me with degenerated spine problems.
Yeah.
I was 5 feet. Now I am 4 feet 11.
So that means that you're losing, your bone, it's degenerating. But I don't care how old you are, that can be dealt with. So here's what I want you to do.
They put me on. Let me tell you what.
No, I don't want you to go into all of that because I only have a little bit of time left. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to leave your name and number with my producer.
Okay.
I will call you after the show, or so we can have a conversation then to go over your specific needs. Okay.
Okay. 361.
No, don't give us your number over there. He's gonna pick up the phone right now and get your information from you. Okay.
Hold on. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And then I'll reach out to you later because it doesn't. And thank you for calling. It doesn't matter how long. It's just that if you have been on medication for that long for a particular condition, then you know it's going to take a while to fix that. I tell people all the time, it didn't take you. And some people say, well, I start doing what you tell me to do, and I've been doing that for 2 weeks now, and I still really? Like, did it take you 2 weeks to develop that type 2 diabetes? So why you think it'd be fixed in 2 weeks? I mean, come on, people. The excuses what people give. Why you think it'd be fixed in 2 weeks? Now, some things we can't fix in 2 weeks, like high blood pressure. That's easy. But other things, like you have to regrow cartilage, you got to give that time to work. You got to give yourself time for that to regrow. But know that if you give your body what it needs, if you undo the damage that's been done to your digestive system so that you're absorbing your nutrients, your body will still heal itself. It knows what to do. Hasheen, I'm going to reach out to you separately to give you that information. Hasheen is asking how do they become a health coach, professional health coach. All right, so I tell people all the time, if the condition that you have that you're trying to heal, if you ain't get that in a week, don't expect it to be healed in a week. We can't do anything for you in a week. But this is why we say give us 90 days, 90 nutrients for 90 days, and we can solve 90% of your problems within those 90 days. Some will take longer, some will take less. But give us 90 days where you really commit to this program. In other words, don't cheat. Don't be continuing to eat the garbage and then saying, well, I only a little bit. And no, if you take this thing seriously, do what you are supposed to do. Give your body what it needs. I'm telling you, your body will heal itself. 90 nutrients is what your body needs. Now, I got to throw this in here because there's some of you out there who, as far as you're concerned, you're living a healthy lifestyle. You're very active. You may even be an athlete, professional athlete, but yet you find yourself having a medical challenge. Well, that is very real and possible if you are not giving your body adequate nutrition. If you are a person who has an active lifestyle, you definitely need to be giving yourself nutrition, because what you need to realize is that you are replenishing every time you sweat your system of vital nutrients that your body needs. So you got to replenish what you're putting out. Otherwise, you are also going to have a problem. And I want you to listen to this clip where several athletes talk about exactly that.
Nutrition, all 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, 3 essential fatty acids are required by all vertebrates to maximize their genetic potential for longevity and for health, strength, speed, intelligence, fending off disease. And if we don't have these 90 essential nutrients, even though we have the capacity to live longer, live healthier, be more productive, we're not going to achieve this potential. We need these raw materials to do this. We have to do this consciously because these nutrients we require, these 90 essential nutrients, are no longer in our food. And to think that you can just eat well and get everything you need is really a fool's game. When people exercise, they sweat. And sweat is not water. Sweat is a soup that contains all the nutrients floating around in their blood. If you do not replace all these things you're sweating out, and there's very little in our food, you can see we very quickly get into the negative. Theo Ratliff from the Atlanta Hawks is a very good example. His career was over, and he was a great player, but his career was over because he had so many fractures and breaks and cartilage problems. We got him on the 90 essential nutrients, gave him some extra raw materials to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage. 90 days, he was back in. He made $140 million in contracts, and here's a guy whose career was over, and the nutrition was what saved his career.
Hi, I'm Theo Ratliff. I had just made the All-Star team in Philadelphia. My career was on top, and I went up to block a shot, came down on my wrist, ended up breaking my wrist. They ended up trading me to the Atlanta Hawks. So with the Atlanta Hawks, I was covering from the wrist. I jumped up routine, going up for a rebound, ended up tearing the labrum in my hip. And everything was just going all haywire. Well, I was almost in the midst of retiring. And I overheard Mike Glenn, who's talking to one of my fellow comrades about minerals and mineral deficiencies. When we sweat out a soup of minerals. So I pulled him to the side and told him, give me a little knowledge on what was going on and this mineral deficiency thing, because I think that's what I'm suffering from, because I'm getting all these different injuries, and I know I try to take care of myself probably better than anybody. I wanted to make sure I take the opportunity to not only help prepare my body for basketball but to also prepare myself for life, to be able to be with my kids and play without injuries, to grow and have a long-lasting life. Dr. Wallach helped me expand my career 10 extra years. That's what the 90 for Life did for me.
I'm Gene Nelson. I'm 51 years of age, natural bodybuilder. I won multiple titles back in the day. When I met Dr. Joe Wallach, I was struggling, rubbing bone to bone, arthritis, and asked him how I could piece my body back together, trying to get back into running up against the young bucks, and everything started working in my favor, and I started winning multiple titles. So the doctors were asking me, what am I doing different? My body has come to amazing changes. The cartilage is growing back. I'm not rubbing bone to bone anymore. And whatever it was that I was doing, continue doing it. All the other young bodybuilders wondering what was it that I was taking? What's the magic pill? What is it that you're taking? And I told them, Dr. Joe Wallach. My son is a football player, tore his ACL and his meniscus. The doctor said that it would be a year and a half before he would be able to go back to playing. Well, within 6 months' time, Dr. Wallach had him back out there on the field. And just to see what it has done for my wife, she had water in the knees. She was barely getting around at one time. It's done amazing things. I mean, she's able to run, jump. What's helped me the most is Dr. Wallach knows nutrition. The product does its best when you change the way you eat. I've been on Dr. Wallach's program for 13 years, and it's just amazing the transition my body has gone through. I believe I'm going to be able to win Natural Olympia and Muscle Mania due to Dr. Joe Wallach.
All right, folks. So if nothing else that you walk away from this show with, understand that your body does have the capacity to heal itself. And you don't have to go into a panic when you don't have access to drugs, because your body can heal. You just got to give it what it needs, stop doing the damage, and get out of the way. Now, I've seen several questions come across our Facebook feed about different conditions. Here's what you need to do. On my official Facebook page, where you may or may not be watching this show, but if you're not, just go to my official Facebook page, look for Michelle Malcolm, and go to the Michelle Malcolm page, not my personal profile, but the page, where you see the shows posted. And pinned to the top of that page, I have the link to a health evaluation survey. So you can click onto that link. It will take you directly to where you answer 4 sets of 20 questions. Now, all of the pages look alike once you start answering those questions. So don't hit me up and say, it's not changing page. It is. It just looks very similar to the page before it. But each of those 4 pages deals with one of the 4 categories of disease we spoke about on this show. And once you answer those 20 questions in each of those categories, what it does is it serves as sort of a roadmap to tell us what it is that you are dealing with from a nutritional deficiency standpoint. Now, at the end of that survey, you have to click I agree in order for me to receive your results. And once I receive your results, then I will contact you. We will set up a consultation, and we will go over your nutritional needs together. And that's how I can know how to deal with you specifically, because each individual is different. So there's no one set solution for everybody, because everybody is different. So what I may need, you may not, and vice versa. So it's a very personalized approach. But once we see what your body is lacking and we give your body what it needs, and you commit to doing your part by not eating the bad foods that we're going to talk about, by getting yourself in a good, clean environment, if you're in a toxic environment, by lessening the stress, etc., I'm telling you with 100% certainty, your body will heal itself. My time is gone, folks. Thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Tomorrow is Thursday. We're going to have a great show planned for you, so make sure you are in the house tomorrow. It's going to be a show you do not want to miss. Until then, I'm Michelle Malcolm. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
Global 99.5 FM reminds